Hello, hello. It's your favorite agent here in Georgia, Michael Downton with Downton Realty. Let me ask you a question. When someone says, "Are you ready to buy a house?" what's the first thing you think of if you're actually ready to buy the house? Money, right? Money is the first thing that hits us right in the face. Do I have the money for a down payment? How much money am I going to have to spend on my monthly payment? Can I really afford to move? Well, let's really address one issue. Today, we're going to be addressing the down payment because let's be honest, some of us saving up $5 or $10 or $20,000, that's a bit of a stretch. Not many of us are ready to do that, especially if the money that we're making is going into paying for that rent that we're paying right now, right? $2,000, $2,300, $2,400 a month just to pay somebody else's bill. Well, today we're going to go over a plan, an opportunity, a chance for you to get out of your trap and get into your own house. Pay that note for yourself. Invest that money into your future, invest it into your home, and invest it into your family, because that's really what a home is. A home is your investment for your family. Let's stop making somebody else rich. Let's start making you rich. And today we're going to go over it. Let's make it happen. So, how exactly does this work? Well, we're going to use a DPA, a down payment assistance program. A lot of people think that if you want to buy a home, you're going to have to save up thousands of dollars. And what a DPA does is it actually helps cover some of those upfront costs. Specifically the down payment and sometimes even the closing cost, right? A DPA will cover somewhere between 3.5% and 5% of the value of the home, right? So that's not really enough, is it? A DPA by itself is not going to put you in the house with a zero down payment. However, if you take a DPA and you combine it with an FHA loan, now we're talking. An FHA loan puts your down payment at 3.5%. So in order to get that 3.5%, you're going to have a credit score of about 600. Okay? With 680, you might have to have 10% down, and then at that point the DPA is not going to be enough, right? So you really do need to have a credit score of 600. If you can have a credit score of 600 and your income meets the requirement, right? You can't be making $150,000 a year for the family. That's just not going to be possible with this particular DPA or some DPA loans. There is a DPA loan out there, which we'll get into that a little bit later, that isn't so income restrictive. But typically, you just really need to meet with the credit limit of being about 600, and you need to hit the income, and the house needs to be in the right price range, somewhere between 300 and 500,000, maybe 400,000, somewhere in that range is what the house needs to be. If you're looking for a $700,000, $800,000 house, this may not be the program for you. So not all DPA programs work with an FHA loan, right? So what are the best DPA programs to work with an FHA loan? I'm glad you asked. That is such a good question. So the first one I'm going to recommend, because we are in Georgia, would be the Georgia Dream Home Ownership Program. It covers up to $10,000 for the down payment, or 3.5%, whichever one of those is greater. But you do have to meet an income requirement for that particular one. And this is only for first-time homeowners. Now, there is a catch. In order to get this particular program, you will have to take a course, whether it's online or in person. It's an 8-hour course that really goes over home buying, right? It's an education program. They want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into and that nothing comes up as a surprise. So you do have to take this course. Costs anywhere from $25 or $100. It just depends on which one you want to go to. So the next loan is the Peach Plus program. This is the one that actually covers a little bit more than the Georgia Dream. It covers up to $12,500. This one also does not have an income requirement restriction like the Georgia Dream does. And as a matter of fact, it actually works best with a VA loan or a conventional loan and the FHA loan. So the great thing about this program is it's not just for the first-time home buyer, right? The Georgia Dream program, that's a first-time home buyer situation, but the Peach Plus, that's not really restricted to just the first-time home buyer if you're buying another property. That's completely okay. So the third DPA that works with the FHA is the NHF, the National Homebuyers Fund. This actually covers up to 5% of what is needed. So that's 1.5% more than what the FHA requires, which is 3.5%, which is great because you can actually put some of that towards your closing costs if we can't get the seller to cover all of it for you. This is also for not just your first-time home buyer, but your repeat home buyer, right? So you're not limited like you are with the Georgia Dream in this particular section. This works with the VA loan and a conventional loan as well. Okay, so let's really talk about this, right? You got an FHA loan. It's going to give you a loan that requires only 3.5% down, and then we're going to match that with a DPA. Whether it's the Georgia Dream, the Peach Plus, or the NHF, right? We're going to match that up. Your down payment of 3.5%, $10,500 on a $300,000 loan, right? Match that up, and boom. If you structure it correctly, you are able to move yourself into a house with literally nothing down. So who qualifies for these type of programs? First-time and repeat home buyers do qualify, so it just depends on the program. There are income limitations, again, specific to the program. However, you do need to have a minimum credit score between 580 and 640. If you've got that, we can get you taken care of. And the house needs to be your primary residence. Okay, so if you're looking to use this as an investment opportunity or house flipping, this is not going to work. I really hope you're sitting there and you're just shocked, happy, and stunned at the thought that you can move into your own house and not even have to pay anything down. This really is an opportunity for you to get out of the renter's trap, get into your own home, stop making somebody else rich. Not many of us can afford to just throw $2,000 out the window every single month. But your own home gives you an opportunity to make all the money back that you're putting into your living space. It doesn't matter whether you're going to stay there a year, 2 years, 3 years, or 10 years. With the house, all the money that you're putting forward every single month to live, you can get back. So here's my question to you. If you're really watching this video and you're living in a rented space right now, I ask you, if you could get $24,000 back at the end of every year, would you want it? Or do you just want to watch it go away forever? This is your opportunity. Don't miss it. It's knocking. So how are we going to make it happen? Well, the first thing we have to do is find you a lender that works with an FHA and DPA program. So if you need help finding that particular lender, reach out to me. I can put you in touch with someone. They'll let you know whether you qualify, what you need to do in order to be able to qualify, right? So we'll get you pre-approved, and then we'll find the right house. And then once we find the right house, you have to complete that buyer's education course, right? Some of them require it, most of them require it, but you take the buyer's education course, and then boom, boom. You, my friend, are in your own home. That's That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of fire I want to bring to your world. Put you in a place that you can call yours. So most people don't realize that you can combine a DPA with an FHA and actually get a true zero down program for themselves. But you do. So here it is. If you sincerely want to get into your own home and you don't know how to get started, reach out to me. I will connect you with the right resources and I will put you on the path to your own home ownership. So hey, if this sounds like something that is interesting to you, or you know someone this might be interesting to, share the video. Post me a comment. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, feel free to click on this QR code. I look forward to talking to you.